Welcome to Taff's Word. Tonight I'm going to be talking about the recent results of the club and also throw in something regarding the area behind the dugouts that has been closed for the last couple of seasons. Starting first with our recent results. Our recent results, in my opinion, have been good. Contrary to what anybody thinks. I think people need to get real when they're criticising the players and criticising the manager and criticising the team in general. At the end of the day, we're not Real Madrid, we're not Man United, we're not Liverpool, we're not Tottenham, we're not Arsenal or any of the other clubs that a lot of people from around here are used to supporting. We're Newport County, right? We've had a couple of good cup runs. We've had a decent league season and a great league season. We should have gone up last season but didn't. This season we're highly tipped for promotion. Fantastic, awesome. But we've lost 2 matches all season so far, which in League 2 or League 1 or even Championship even is not a bad return for this time of the season. I can tell you that much. We're unbeaten at home since February. We got one of the best defensive records in the whole Football League at the moment. We got one of the best clean sheets record in the whole Football League at the moment. Really, we're flying. But I hate seeing the bullshit posts on Facebook and everywhere else criticising people because we lose a football match. It is one of 46 league football matches that we play every season. So far we've only lost 2 of them. It escapes me how many we played so far, but we've won far, far more, obviously. We're at the right side of the table with a game in hand that could take us into the top 3 again. I don't know what people's issue is. People need to just get real. We're Newport County, for fuck's sake, So I just wanted to say that. To be honest with you, I think personally we're having a great season. We look a lot stronger than last year. I think playoffs should be a guaranteed for us, really, unless we go on a really, really bad run of form now. I think promotion is a very real possibility. I think we've got one of the lowest budgets in this league as well. Who's expecting us to win every game? We lose against Colchester and Northampton away, who are the last 2 teams in the exact same fixtures that we've lost to. No, we've lost in the last 4 matches. It's been against them 2 teams away. So let's just say we've got our 2 bogey teams out of the way with. Let's get on with the rest of the season and win some bloody football matches. So wanted to make sure I put that point across, and I hopefully people take heed to that. And, start getting real. I know I've said that a few times now, but it's exactly what people need to do. Just get real, and enjoy the fucking ride. Because, if you're following County, and there's a good chance there's a fair few out there that weren't following County during the 2 shit seasons that we had recently, when we used to lose the majority of our games. Losing a football match came naturally. So losing a football match now, it hurts a little bit more now because we're not used to losing games all the time. But it's one of so many football matches. I think it works out. The points up for grabs every season works out to be. I did the maths on my Taff Live last time. Believe it's 100. So 20 games will be 60 points. 40 games will be 120 points. Probably should have done this before I started recording and write it down. I just go with the flow. So it's 120 plus the 6 times 3, which will be 18. So 138 points a season up for grabs. So, if you lose half of your games and win half of your games, you're going to finish on 79 points. Is that right? No, 69 points. Yeah, 69 points. So you're going to finish on 69 points, which will nearly get you a playoff place. Nearly. Not quite, but nearly. So you can lose half of your games. You could lose 23 football matches in a season. Obviously, it's never going to happen like that. But basically, losing 2 out of our current loss rate will run up to basically make us lose 8 games by the end of the season, roughly, is what we should, going off the current trend. If we lose 8 games, we're getting promoted, and it's as simple as that. So no need for panic, no need for slating players for playing badly, uh, targeting individuals all the time who tend to not get any good recognition when they have a good game, but people only gang up on them when they have a bad game. People like Robbie Wilmot, obviously. People need to stop that shit, because at the end of the day, you get on their backs. Do you think that's going to make them a better footballer? No. I mean, look at the old Granit Xhaka thing. I mean, yeah, Granit Xhaka's a tosser, of course. But at the end of the day, these people, they're human beings at the end of the day. These footballers, they're not machines. They earn a little bit of money. But in our league, they don't earn anywhere near as much money as the likes of Xhaka. So Xhaka taking all that money should have a bit more respect. Players at our level, they don't earn a lot of money in comparison to the Premier League. So, should they take it? Well, and we're fans, we pay their wages, yes. But we should be supporting them and not getting on their backs. Simple as that. Anyway, moving on to the second point I wanted to make, which is the area behind the dugouts. A lot of people are coming to me saying, why don't you move a few of your lads over to the other side of the closed area to pick up the atmosphere there? And it's like, well, why don't we go one better and actually get back into that area behind the dugouts? Because for those of you who remember, let me just get myself a bit more comfortable a minute. Those of you who remember the old incidents, first of all, there was the Blackpool one with Gary Bowyer getting a boiled sweet launched at his gob. I mean, taking the direct route, only giving him a sweet. But in all seriousness, it was a bad thing. One of our lads actually saw the young lad who done it and managed to get him apprehended by a steward in the end. So we did our bit to make sure that that area was sort of well policed, and the lad who done it was in the stand behind in the seating area. That's where it came from. That's where it came from that one. Then when the repeat happened at the Carlisle game, someone threw something towards Keith Curl. Don't know what it was, but something was thrown, and it was picked up on the referee's report. And it was from there that they decided that for a 3-game period, they were going to close that area behind the dugouts. And it's like, well, I don't get it, because whatever was being thrown, and we've seen it being thrown, came from behind the dugouts, come from behind that area behind the dugouts. So what's the point on closing that if it didn't come from there? There's nothing going on that's wrong in that area, but they close it anyway. I tried battling with the club. It's not the club who made the decision, it's the Roddy Parade security staff. Unfortunately, they took the easy, lazy option and just closed that area anyway without listening to anybody or taking in anything anyone else had to say. And it got closed for a couple of games, a 3-game period, I think. I think it was Exeter, someone else, and Lincoln. And it happened, a coin hit Danny Kelly's brother, I can't think of his name now, but a coin hit Danny Kelly's brother, the assistant manager, whilst that area was closed, mind, and it came from the seating area again. So what did the Bright Sparks do following that? They decided to close that area for good. Based on what exactly? Absolutely nothing. I've had this battle with the club, I've had this battle with other people. I mean, they made it exclusively for people who had ID, who can be held accountable for being in there. People are just not getting it. You're not getting it at all. Nothing came from that area. So closing that area has done nothing. It's solved nothing. But the only thing it's done is diminish the ability of my group to create an atmosphere in that stadium, because within that gap, a lot of it is lost. So it's never ever going to be as loud as it used to be, because a lot of the acoustic is lost in that gap, which is an absolute shame, to be honest with you. It could be so much better. I always say that what tends to happen when it comes to the atmosphere is you get this nucleus of noise and it spreads from there. And if you've got a gap, it doesn't spread properly. And that's where we are now. And the reason why that area is closed, a lot of people are saying, you should do this, you should do that. Why is that area closed and all that? Well, now people know exactly why it's closed. It's nothing to do with the clubs. You can't blame the club as much as people in my group were pointing fingers at the club. Nothing to do with the club at all. It is the Rodney Parade security team who have made the decision. Basically, the club have had to go along with it because the Football League wanted to go along with it, and if the club refused to go along with it, the Football League would have fined the club. So I'd rather the club not take the fine. But the way to fix this is for the Rodney Parade ground staff to open their eyes, realise they've cocked up with that, or they couldn't be bothered to do it right. So at the end of the day, if it was an incident that happened at the Dragons game, they would have done it right. Of course they would have. But because it's Newport County, it's sort of, fuck them, they're just the football. You know, we'll just go for the easy option and close that area behind the dugouts. And it's a bunch of bollocks. So there we go. Anyway, guys, that's all I'm going to be saying on this one. I know I haven't been doing the reviews and previews of the games like I started doing. Sorry. I'm going to try and get back into it. I'm going to try and free up the time to do more of these videos, so keep your eyes peeled. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until the next time, cheerio for now, and as always, up the county. Thanks very much. Many thanks for watching the latest content on the Amber Army channel. Please make sure you leave us a like. Make sure you subscribe for more content, both for the neutral football fan and also plenty of Newport County. Even more Newport County content can be found on the club's iFollow channel on the link above. It is just £4.49 per month to subscribe to that service. And those of you feeling extra generous can also support us on Patreon on the link at the bottom there. That would be a monthly donation of your choice. Thank you again, make sure you've subscribed, and as always, up the county.